Hello Dreamers, welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley Reddit review. Let's see what's been going on this week. I bet we're gonna see a lot of Halloween decorations of People Valley, so we're probably gonna have some talk about the Wish Blossom Ranch, which is getting closer and closer every single day. Subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley, and let's get right into it. I don't have the patience. Me looking at my phone while villagers have a conversation I was told to listen to. So there's two kinds of players in Disney Dreamlight Valley. One kind who always reads every single quest line, listens to every single dialogue because they care about the story. And two, person who literally skips through the dialogue without reading, and person who doesn't even look at those conversations that are happening. I feel like most of us probably land somewhere in between. Sometimes we just want to get through it. Sometimes if the characters are interesting to us, if the quests seem interesting so far, then you would listen to dialogue. I usually listen to all of it because I know that I won't be able to get it back. So if I miss it now, I will never know what was said. And sometimes they're really fun gems in those dialogues, so I usually read through them. Yeah, I can totally see, especially if somebody's been grinding quests for a while, sometimes I'm very tempted to just skip all the dialogue because I've been listening to them talk for hours. Let me know in the comments, what kind of player are you? I did it, guys! Gather following... Oh my god! 2025! People are still having trouble with mini-quest. That is cool! So, like a year or two ago, this Reddit would get one of these posts almost every week. I haven't seen one in a while, so this is a nice blast in the past. Congratulations! This quest is so much better than the Buzz friendship quest with the aliens. Have fun with that one. RIP to the best glitch ever. By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me. Are we talking about the speed of cooking? To be fair, Alchemy Station is still instant. So if you have Eternity Isle, you still have an instant cooker, basically, in Jafar's Alchemy Station. But yeah, the rest are now pretty slow. Possible life-changing hack. Okay, this is a very big title. I'm very curious. So maybe this is old news, but I haven't seen this tip around. I just came up with this, and I now believe I'm the smartest person in the world. Well, the name checks out, Detective number 4503. So, we all know the Dark Light vintage chests are connected. No matter where you are, when you access them, you'll get the same inventory. I recently filled them up with all favorite foods of every critter. Then I purchased like 40 of them and put one in every biome area across all DLC. So whenever I come across a critter, I don't have to go home to my storage room to get the right food, return to the biome and find the bloody creature. It works perfect for me, at least. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed. When you call it post life-changing hack, I'm thinking we're getting something like be able to grind insane amount of resource super quickly, maybe some duplication hack, maybe you found a way how to get under unlimited dreamlight. I don't know, something truly life-changing. This is a great solution to feeding critters. I would take it even a step further. Instead of doing these chests, I would just place regular chests in every biome with a food specific to the critter that appears in that biome. Sure, it's going to take forever to set up, but this way you can literally fill up the... I mean, maybe you don't have enough resources to fill up the chest. In that case, yeah, your way is probably better because it makes it much easier to refill. You refill one chest, and then it refills basically all the chests in every biome. So yeah, actually, I know, you know what? It is a pretty life-changing hack. Thank you for that. Was not expecting this in my Dream Snap reward chest this week. Ooh, that's a rare one. Wait a second. I thought this is only Storybook Vale. So how does this work? Do you have DLC? I wonder if people can get these items in their Dream Snap reward chests if they don't have DLC. Like, can you actually get exclusives from Storybook Vale Scrooge Shop from any furniture pouch, even if you don't have DLC? If somebody ever did, please let me know, because that would be absolutely the best glitch ever. Please, devs, don't punish us for our characters' companions leveling up. The feeling when you get a chance mining fishing event that could allow you to check off the star path duty, but you have to wait for your companion to do their little level up dance, and then all the freebies are gone. Okay, so I've seen multiple people complain about this, but usually people complain about pumpkins. And every time I read it, I'm like, really? Like, missing like 7 pumpkins from a level up is really not a big deal. But the way you frame it is so relatable. And that happened to me once, maybe twice, where you would get an explosion, especially if you have something rare, like if you have shiny gems, or if you have to catch a specific fish that is rare, and you see that you get explosion of that fish, and then something decides to level up, and you just die inside. Now that is a problem, and I absolutely agree. To be fair, lately I haven't had it happen, mostly because there's just no star path duties that are super frustrating anymore, except the shiny gems maybe. But in all honesty, this is very, very, very rare, probably 1 in a million rare, that you're gonna... So multiple things need to align at the same time for this to be an issue. Number one, you have to actually get an explosion exactly the same moment where either your companion or a villager levels up. That's already super rare. But then, on top of this, you need to be doing a task where the resource is actually very annoying to get, which are very few now. On top of that, you need to get the correct explosion of an actual item that you need to complete, because sometimes I'm searching for one fish and then I get an explosion of completely different fish, which doesn't really matter. So I would say the chances of this happening are extremely low, but when it does happen, it's just like a stab in your heart. So I wouldn't mind if it gets fixed. Honestly, if you got an explosion, they should pause the timer on the items while animation is playing. That would be the most cleanest solution. Why do you have to be there? Me, the fish I'm trying to catch, Ursula. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy memes in a very long time. I haven't seen this one before. This is a funny one. I don't fish, so that's not my problem. Also, my Ursula has legs, but if you don't have a bundle, I can see how this can be annoying. I made a fabulous discovery that will blow your mind. What is this going on today? We have so many mind-blowing, life-changing tricks in Reddit. Okay, this one better be good. Come on, blow me away. I'm ready to change the way I play Disney Dreamlight Valley forever. I've discovered something that isn't a glitch or oversight. You can convert softwood to hardwood or darkwood, stone to iron, or gold. What? And it won't cost you any Dreamlight. Step 1. Craft a small chest or medium chest. Step 2. Upgrade the chest to medium or large. Step 3. Uncraft the medium or large chest. You get all of your Dreamlight back and the resources used to make the chest, which means you've converted what you have originally used. This would also be a good idea for a new crafting table, converting table if you will. I'm pretty sure, and let me double check, that upgrading a chest actually costs more Dreamlight than crafting it outright, which means converting it back or uncrafting it is gonna yield less Dreamlight that you started with. So let's see. So like, for example, we craft small chest. Wait, small chest actually doesn't take any Dreamlight. Okay, let's say that. So now to craft medium chest, we need 1000 Dreamlight. Okay, but to upgrade a small chest to a medium, oh, it's also 1000 Dreamlight. Okay, so they did change it. And to upgrade medium to large is 4000. So it's literally the same now. Oh my god, you might be onto something. So we can convert 25 softwood and 25 stone into 25 hardwood and 5 iron ingots. Okay, I see you. And then we could also convert that into 25 darkwood and 5 gold ingots. I think it will work. I don't see why this wouldn't work. A lot of people seem to be short on darkwood, so this could be a good way to get some free darkwood. Okay, I see. This is actually something that I've never seen before, and very cool method. And also, it's a great idea to have a converting table where we would be able to convert certain resources into other resources. So there's a lot of people who also say that we have way too much night shards with nothing to do with them. What if we could, for example, if we could uncraft items, like not the furniture items, but resources for some specific matter, just matter, currency that's called matter. And then we can use that matter to create resources. So we could literally convert resources that we have way too much of into resources that we need more of. And there could be different ratios. For example, 1 wood gives you 1 matter, and 1 iron ingot takes like 10 matter. So you can convert 10 pieces of wood into 1 iron ingot if you wanted to. I think that would be a cool feature. I agree. This is definitely a good way to convert resources, depending on which resource you have a lot of. If you have a lot of stone and hardwood, and softwood, you can literally convert it into iron, gold, dark wood, dry wood. It's pretty cool. Great discovery. I'm actually very impressed. I personally would not be using it because I have way too much iron, but I would actually maybe use it to convert iron into gold, because I do need a lot of gold. I craft way too much of this gold paths. So yeah, thank you for the tip, Merlin. What's the point? I know! My god, I feel like I have a whole video on just ranting about this item. It's empty shelves that we can put nothing on. Don't even get me started. I completely agree. There is no point. This is the most useless item in the entire game, and it looks so bad without being able to put anything on it. At least, if you're not gonna let us put stuff on it, at least make this item come with some items already on it. Some little plants, some books maybe, whatever. Just put something on the shelves. Don't make them look bare like this. My every trait, style, zone, color category setup for Daisy challenges. Holy moly, that's not just functional, it's also pretty. So in case you don't know, you can literally set up this zone to have an item and the outfit for every possible tag or category or color that Daisy can request. So every time you come to Daisy and want to complete a challenge, it's going to get automatically completed. This looks incredible. Definitely, you can try to replicate this setup. I'm actually surprised how few items there is. Is there really enough furniture to cover every single tag in here? I can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe like 10 different items. Maybe there is stuff behind the bookshelves. Wow, this is impressive. This is probably... Oh yeah, there is stuff behind the bookshelves. Not that much though. This is so cool. I cannot believe this covers the entire range, but I'm sure it does. I personally have like half of this setup, and I'm too lazy to finish it because sometimes I would fail my challenge. In that case, I would just request a new one, but I should just suck it up and create a setup like this where I don't have to ever cancel out Daisy's challenges and they just get completed automatically. Nicely done. I'm very impressed. I'm convinced the game is out for us. Okay, I'm convinced the game knows what we're looking for and purposefully gives us the opposite. Yesterday I needed gems, got a bunch of stone. Today I need stone and I get a bunch of gems. Does anybody have stone they can spare? I'm trying to fancy up my plaza. I have this much space left. Well, I think it might be just psychological because we're paying attention to the items that we actually need, and it seems like they come in slower. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Stone is valuable. Stone is life. It's used for so many different paths. It's used for so many different crafting recipes. You're gonna need a lot of stone to cover up the plaza, but yeah, keep grinding. You're gonna break those obstacles, go mining. Gems are probably less useful than stone, so when you mine, I'm always happy when I get stone. Coal is pretty useless because you can buy it from Christoph. Also make sure to buy as much stone from Christoph as you can every day. Keep checking. If you haven't unlocked Christoph's stall yet, definitely do Christoph's quests and place his stall on other DLCs if you have it, just so you can start farming the resources you could potentially need later. And also, you don't really need to cover the entire thing, the entire plaza with the path. You're probably gonna have houses in there, so I would place houses first and then see how much empty space do you actually have, because you don't need as much stone if you're just covering the area in between the houses. Has anyone noticed this? And am I the only one bothered about this? Let's take a look. Has anyone noticed that the beast rows can't be put on this table in the valley. But in the Beast Realm, it's on the table. I bought a few of these tables and roses to decorate around Beast Castle, but I can't because of this. No! Oh, that rose is 4x4. Why? It doesn't have to be. Gameloft, please fix these footprints. They're ridiculous. They did fix Tiana. Tiana had the same issue in her update. In her restaurant, she had that little, I forgot, I think it's like a pastry box that she had it on top of her own counter, but the pastry box had 4x4 footprint and the counter had 4x2, so they couldn't go on top of each other. So Gameloft actually fixed it next update. They made the pastry box 4x2 so it can go on a counter. They need to do the same with so many items. They should just reduce the hitbox for every item to absolute minimum it can possibly be. This way, it's going to be so much easier placing items. Please, Gameloft. We need this. I really liked the white roses. I harvested some of them for my garden. That's smart. That's smart. I think they look great. They also sparkle. And they look just like white rose, just like red roses, but they're white. And also, let me guess. The red rose probably comes in 4x4 size, right? Because it was pretty old and old flowers all came in 4x4. But the new ones probably come at 2x2. I don't even know this for a fact, but I'm very convinced that this is true. Please fix it, Gameloft. Ooh, this is a cool post. This is a really good idea for a post to finish this Reddit review. Looking back now, how do you feel about DDV never going free to play? I'm day one DDV player who bought an early access. I don't like the way Gameloft misled players and dropped their plans for free to play. Still, looking back, I feel differently about the decision they made. I think the game would have absolutely been riddled with egregious microtransactions if it had gone free to play, and that the free updates won't have been as frequent or as good as they are. Personally, I've played for 3 years now and have not spent a single dime on Moonstones. I've done my Dream Snaps and get a little Moonstones boost when I buy DLC. In my opinion, even though they absolutely went about it the wrong way, making the game paid did ultimately lead to a better experience for players. Curious what everyone else thinks. I agree 100%. We don't have to go too far to see an example of what could have happened if Disney Dreamlight Valley became free to play. Disney Speedstorm. It was literally the same story. It came out early access. It was a paid game with a promise to be free to play, and they actually did. They actually did deliver on the promise. They made it free to play, and the day they did, the game became absolutely unplayable. I used to play it all the time. I would do weekly streams of Speedstorm. It was so much fun. The progression, unlocking new characters, enjoying all the new content. Then as soon as it goes free to play, everything becomes way too overpriced, way too grindy. I feel like if you are going to do that, you should start with the free to play game. Like you cannot just pull the switch that they did with a Speedstorm. They can't give people this amazing experience while they paid $70 or $60 to get the game to begin with, and then release it free to everyone and ruin that experience for absolutely everyone. If they wanted the game to be free to play, it should have been free to play from the start with the same monetization strategy, so people knew from the start what they're getting into. But paying for the game and then getting it completely ruined for all the players that supported the game from the very first day, I feel like it was a very bad move. For those players, free-to-play players probably didn't care because they came in not knowing how it was before. But from what I've seen, the game absolutely... the game, before it went free-to-play, had about the same amount of players as it has after going free-to-play. There was a big spike, obviously, on the launch day, but then it trickled back down to basically the same amount of people that it had before the launch. And you would think that going free-to-play would attract so many new players, but experience just wasn't there. It was just way too predatory, lots of microtransactions, very difficult to get anything at all for free. So yeah, that could have been Disney Dreamlight Valley. I'm so glad that Gameloft decided to make Speedstorm their test dummy, that they put through this process and then they saw what happened and like, nope, we're not going free to play with Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I think despite them misleading people and changing their minds and upsetting a lot of the community, overall, in the long run, this was the best thing they could have done for Disney Dreamlight Valley. The game wouldn't be half as big and half as fun today if they went free to play. I totally believe this. I didn't really care. I had already paid for the game and they weren't going to give me my money back when they went free to play. Yeah, that's usually not how it works because you pay money basically for the early access. And if they did have to refund everybody, then they would just go bankrupt. I do agree with this comment. They waited way too long to tell people that it wouldn't no longer be free to play. I've seen so many comments, people being upset, not because it didn't go free to play, but because people were waiting. They missed a lot of content. They missed a lot of star paths, a lot of exclusive items because they were waiting for it to go free to play. If they knew that it never was going to go free to play, they would jumped in earlier and wouldn't have missed out on so much content. That's, I think, what a lot of people are upset about, and I totally understand and I totally agree. They shouldn't have promised a free-to-play game. They should have made, they should have kept it under wraps. If they did decide later on to go free-to-play, then you make an announcement when you're absolutely confident that it's gonna happen. This game would have still been super popular if they never even mentioned it was gonna be free-to-play from the very start. So they didn't handle it perfectly, but ultimately, they saved the game at the last moment, which I'm very grateful for. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. This was a fun video. We have learned a lot of mind-blowing, game-changing tricks in Disney Dreamlight Valley. And also it was nice to just reminisce about old days and how far this game have come. And yeah, a lot of people still think that this game is very predatory in terms of monetization. But I feel like you just need to play Speedstorm just so you can see what an actually predatory game feels like. Disney Dreamlight Valley does have microtransactions. They do try to make money to keep the game going, but it's not nearly as bad as it could have been if they had to solely rely on these on the purchases. Because now the DLC is probably their main source of income. A lot of people buy DLC. It offers incredible value. And just buying the entire game just keeps the game going for the players who've been playing since day one. We don't really have to spend anything extra. We could spend on Moonstones if we can, and if we want to support the development of the game. But it's totally an enjoyable and fun game without spending anything. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley. And goodbye.
Oh, nice day we're having, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Woohoo!
Amazing. Gotta tell you, it is really beautiful here. Hey, nice to see you.
Oh, hello.
Are you seeing this?
Oh.